owned by anyone. It's owned by this group of people that come here all the time. And as Doyle was saying earlier, we discovered just this morning that we're getting older. And
Cora told you that.
Hey, you can, I mean, you grow up.
it's a revolution. And so what we're thinking is, this group has evolved over time. If you were here in the beginning when Doyle started this, today it doesn't look like anything it did back then. It was pretty sparse. It wasn't any flags, flowers, blankets, covers, not a lot of people either. But we own it, and in order for it to continue, it needs all of us to step up sometimes, just like they need people to be ride captains for the PGA. We need people to step up to do something. So what we're doing is inviting all of you, maybe just to take a piece of it. If you want to call orders one day, if you have a few words you want to say, if you have feedback for us and the group on what this should be and what we should be addressing, and if you got ideas, please let us know. But we want it to continue, so the only way that can happen, because none of us are here forever, is to step up and start doing it. And I know some of you have already. I just wanted to say thank you for doing that, and we look forward to having other people do the same thing. Okay? Okay, Joel, thank you.
Yeah, without all of you, we would not have all of this. People come up to me and say, can we do this? Can we do that? And by all means, we can do that. And then others come up to me and remind me what we're supposed to be doing. And so, feel free. This is your group. And just because I was one of the first people here doesn't make it my group. So it's all for you guys. It's all for the vets that have not received their honors. That's the main thing. I took a shower this morning for that reason.
It's that foo-foo juice.
People platter to go. See, just like for me, this is important. For some of you, it may not be important, but we need to remind ourselves who we are, what values we put forth, and what values we hold dear. I'm a warrior. No matter what we did in the service, you were a warrior. Member of the team, well, you better believe it. One of the greatest teams that ever came down to pipe in this world. One of the greatest minorities this world has ever seen has been the U.S. serviceman. Willing to sacrifice his or her life so that others can be free.
Even though they may not want. Even though they may not want.
Yeah, even draftees, most of them got the idea.
I'm talking about Afghanistan, Iraq, and all that.
I serve the people of the United States. No one else, just the people of the United States. You'll hear them saying, I was doing this because of my buddy next to me. Well, yeah, that's true. But he's a citizen of the United States. You want to make sure he gets home. I'm sorry, in today's language, he or she gets home. They want to make sure you get home. I don't know about a lot of you guys, but I know one of the things I had trouble with when I got home was seeing the parents of guys who did not come home. That was one of the hardest things for me to do, was to go up and meet the parents, because I guess they became my parents. I had to live a life that would be acceptable to them for their son. I will always place the mission first. Again, we serve the country and we serve each other. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. And I will never leave a fallen friend behind. A lot of these things have the word comrade in it, but as you go through life, many of us are in the age group where comrade is a dirty word. So we hear and we hear something else. We don't hear friends. That's the what came back from World War I, comrade in arms and stuff like that. We hear it, and it takes us back to the 50s and 60s when the communists were trying to take over and doing different things. We hear the word comrade as a communist. So I use the word friend, buddy, anything else will fit in there. Today, we are honoring a group of men and women that have been brought to Riverside for burial since last Wednesday when we were here. They did not receive their honors. They came out for direct burial. Some of them have families, some of them don't have families. We don't know. We don't know what they did in their lives. We don't care. We know that they honored this country by donating a period of their lifetime to help keep you and me free. Many of them are Korea. Fewer and fewer are World War II. And fewer are Vietnam. We're starting to see Iraq, the first Gulf War, and unfortunately, this one's been going on long enough. We're starting to see some young men die of complications of their exposures to who knows what over in that desert in Iraq and Afghanistan. Maybe, I don't know, what's going on over there right now, maybe Obama is going to do the right thing and pull our troops out since our troops are not being taken care of by the home government that they're trying to save. Maybe this is the right thing to do. I don't know. I haven't looked at it enough. But there's no need in our guys losing their lives if the host country doesn't care. Angel Dominguez, United States Army. Give me a minute. They will all line up sooner or later. Jesse Laura, United States Army. Vasco Gilliam, United States Army. Lawrence Miller, United States Army. William Holshoff, United States Army. Jane Elkins, United States Navy. Martin Lamb, United States Army. Sixto Lugo, United States Army. Harold West, United States Navy. Lonnie Powell, United States Navy. Ernesto Lucero, United States Army. And Harold Peacock, United States Army.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was given these pictures this morning. like Jim Frost. I asked him to take a baseball for me, and I have my angel hat on because of the one of the 19 was a big Angel fan, so I thought today I would wear my angel hat. But so it's pretty cool that he brought me pictures of the wall when he went to the wall in Vietnam. I mean, the Vietnam Memorial Wall in D.C. because I asked him to take a baseball for me for a hero that's on the wall. We played Little League together. And in one of the pictures, there's a USMC patch of a Drew Weaver, KIA Iraq 2/21/08, and with the baseball next to it, and that's kind of weird because that's right around the time that my nephew was killed in Iraq, and I remember seeing pictures of him in his little league uniform. So like, I don't know, just been it was a nice surprise, and I didn't know what I was gonna read this morning, but I guess now I do. For the last couple of years, and ever since I joined PGR, how long have you been doing this PGR stuff?
06.
Yeah. Wow. So long. And I just remember that before every mission, I said, you know what? Would you mind if I prayed? So it's kind of grown from that. And I've been scheduling the chaplains for our VWF. I'm turning that over to Larry. Some of you have heard I'm a little under the weather, so I'm gonna step back for a little bit. Anyway, what I'm about to read is something that I've read a few years back at a mission. And it's been read at a couple of times at a mission. I read it at a couple of funerals that I was honored to do. I remember one, the Army just forgot to send a chaplain, so I was asked if I would step in. It was a great honor. Anyway, this is called The Dash. I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between the years. For that dash represents all the time that's spent alive on earth, and not only those who loved or know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters most is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and always try to understand the way other people feel. Be less quick to anger and show appreciation more. And love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. if we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? I can actually say that since '06, I've really been living my dash. With you, my friends, that I dearly love. And I don't mean this to rhyme, but with God above too. But it's doing this, doing PGR, has really made me live, because before that, I was just one pissed off son of a bitch. I hated everything, I hated everybody. And the PGR and you all have taught me how to live and how to love again. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And God bless.
And like Bob said, we're all getting older. We discovered that this morning. But then I don't know if we're just getting older or we enjoy the procedures they do to us.
No,
Thank you, man.
No.
Have another.
no.
There's a visual we need to draw out.
You want to put that where?
But we're all in an age group where you really, really need to be taking care of yourself. Go get those nasty tests we don't like, because they will save your life. And I mean, there's several of us standing around here today that have done the tests, that are standing here because we listened to our body and
Yep.
have taken care of things. And we'll be around for several more years to cause more trouble. So,
Just to irritate you.
just to irritate the heck out of you. And that's one of my favorite pastimes. He was just a common soldier, and his ranks are growing thin, but his presence should remind us we may need his like again. For when countries are in conflict, then we find the soldier's part is to clean up all the troubles that the politicians start. If we cannot do him honor while he's here to hear the praise, then at least let's give him homage at the ending of his days. Perhaps just a simple headline in a paper that would say, "Our country is in mourning. A soldier died today."